Okay, for real this time, I promise. Hopefully, won't have any more interruptions. Shadowplay doesn't seem to like it unless it's in full screen mode, and my PC kind of took exception there for a minute.
All right.
To a couple things. So we should be going now. So anyway, this is Thief. It's done by IDOS Montreal. So, French Canadians, all Frenching it up with their Canadianness.
Eating lots of poutine.
Probably. And done by Square Enix. Published by Square Enix, which, again, I'm not a super fan of. This is a beloved franchise to me. I played a couple of the earlier Thieves games and really, really liked them. I liked the gameplay that was tuned very difficult. You had to be stealthy. Straight up combat was not an option.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, in the other Thief games, it wasn't like you could go through and be an assassin. Like you had to, you really had to, play by the name of the game, which was, get in, get out, try to remain undetected.
Huh. Okay.
There were some overarching plots in it, but Garrett, the main character, has always kind of been this stop me if you heard this before, rough kind of loner.
Really?
Yeah.
In a video game?
Yeah. Not somebody who's been friendly. I don't know, but I really liked it. It had an edge to it. And so this Thief game has come at a lot of scrutiny, with good reason. They had a lot of quick time event stuff when they showed it before, and the stealth didn't feel really good, and some of the recent reviews have not been very flattering. But I picked it up anyway because, number one, I love Thief, and number two, I got the PC version, so that means I got the PC version for $45 because they were a little Steam sale before release.
Oh,
where
really?
if you were buying this on PlayStation 3 or the Xbox One, you were paying $60 for it. I think even there's a PS3 version and a 360 version. I think. Hell, I don't know.
How did they get away with charging more for one console or one platform over the other?
Development costs, got to cover them somehow.
Wow.
Okay. So I went digital. So my two saving graces are this: I save $15 on the game straight out of the gate, and number two, what issues that I do have, and I do have several with the game, I'm hoping will be fixed with the modding community sometime in the future. So again, that's another kind of checkbox in the PC column. But anyway, let's get into it. I already got a game in progress. I'll spare you the opening, but I'll just kind of show you where I'm at now, and we'll just play for a little bit.
Okay. Ooh, I love the art style already, I can tell.
Yeah, the art style's pretty good. I have a pretty healthy rig here. I've got two GTX 670 cards and SLI, so I got two video cards working together. But I had to turn it down to medium graphics.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not optimized well.
Gotcha.
I have other games that I absolutely crush the graphic settings on, and this one does have a lot of settings. Like if you look, one of the cool things about this is if you go to display, there's your little graphics. That's what I was looking for. You can set the field of view, which I set up to 105, so I can have a little bit better vision. And there's all kinds of texture quality and filtering quality and shadow quality and all these little depth of field quality and parallax occlusion mapping. I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Sure. Lots
of acronyms, tessellation. People that know what this stuff is, like that are smarter than I. There's a lot of options, which is really, really good.
Well, sure.
If you watch any of Total Biscuit's videos, this is like his. It's almost indecent how much he loves a game that has a lot of options like this. That kind of does it for him. So there's a lot of sliders, a lot of bars, a lot of ways you can make this game look really good. The problem is that it runs like crap. Frame rates are supposed, have never been a solid 60. I'm doing pretty well right now, but even then there'll be dips. And when I had it up on higher graphical settings, I was getting some chug now and then, I know it's not my machine because, like I said, this thing does exceptionally well. But even on medium, it's not that bad. So I just got finished over here. There's this bank that I just got done. There was a bank heist.
Okay.
So if I look at my objectives, I have one story mission, which is this: visit the Queen of Beggars.
Okay. Is she like a goddess or something?
I have no idea. I don't think so. Anyway, so your thing is major setup is you're Garrett. You're a master thief. You have an apprentice. You break in kind of something. You see some people chanting, some kind of supernatural thing going on. You're incredibly annoying female apprentice
Oh, great.
Gets uppity, falls in, you think she's dead, and you end up losing consciousness, and you wake up and it turns out you've been gone from the city for a year.
Okay.
With no idea why or where you
Okay.
went. So,
What about the apprentice? You said you think she's dead.
yes, you think she's dead.
Okay.
I don't know if that remains to be seen or not. This game, I think that's supposed to be the major shock at some point is that she's not. So this is kind of just the main city hub
Uh-huh.
that I'm walking around. These people don't really care if I'm a thief or not. They're just like, hey, what's going on?
Do people just know you're a thief by the look at you?
These people don't seem to really pay much attention to me, but guards absolutely will.
They just recognize you on sight.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's some sort of thing called the gloom that's out. That's kind of like this magical plague, allegedly, and so that's going on. And so there's curfews. Whoa! Hey, I did not mean kick-ass slide there. Look at you, Mr. Parkour.
I'm getting sick.
I thought I was going to. Oh, here we go. So anyway, there's a thing called the gloom. It's a plague. It may be magical in nature. You really don't know what's up. I don't know if I can make that jump. No, I cannot make that jump. In fact, it's a big negative. So just in case you're wondering, I cannot make that jump. Which does bring me to another kind of irritating point I have about this game. There's no jump button.
What? You can go sliding around all fancy like that, but
Yes.
you can't jump.
No.
Seriously?
I have this left trigger that makes me run.
Uh-huh.
If I'm crouched, it'll make me run. When I get up to something I can climb, when I hit that button, I'll automatically climb.
Best with your eyes closed.
It's a climb, kind of a sprint, kind of a jump button, but it's all context sensitive.
Weird. Okay. It just seems like a game like this that's focused so heavily on climbing up and down and doing things like that. You should be able to jump at least a little bit.
Yeah, you would think. All right, so here we go. This other side of the map.
Maybe I should meet the Queen of Beggars.
Maybe I should meet the Queen of Beggars.
This guy sounds way too serious.
Yeah, well, Garrett was always kind of like that, but it all seems like tropes now, but
Sure.
Oh look, coin purse and a bird's nest.
And
I don't know if I forget
those are
there's
some really powerful birds.
some guards here and stuff. So I got my little wheel here. Bottles I can throw for distractions. I got a rope arrow which I used to break into the bank, which is pretty cool. There was
That sounds fun.
multiple ways in the bank, so I shot a rope arrow up and climbed up to the second story, and then was able to use it from there. Water arrows will put out fires and stuff like that. Light sources temporarily, although they can get relit and people will start to freak out of it. Obviously, if fires got around them. Down lower hand corner, left hand corner, you can see that little full moon looking thing. That's the light gem. So now I'm in the shadows. Now I'm in the light.
Okay.
Now I'm in the light.
Jerky. I hate jerky.
It seems like you can kind of tell that too
Right,
from
and
the
then-
around the edges of the frame.
What?
Friggin'
See
ragbag
it?
called me it.
All right, see how those...
Could be trouble.
I got their attention. I threw that bottle over there, so I can
Okay.
use it as a distraction. But that'll give you an idea. So they kind of got this alert stage right now. Yellow is when they're definitely sure that I'm nearby somewhere, but they can't quite place me. And red means they see me and they're actively trying to puncture my kidney with a sharp object. You really can't hold your own toe to toe. I do have a blackjack where I can knock people out with, and I can kind of dodge back and kind of get into some fights with folks, but it's not advised. So again, let me look at the map here. Okay, I gotta head through this area. So there are broadhead arrows if you want to just straight up try to take people on, but it's not something I've tried to do.
Ashes from the old works on Vale Street. What are they burning in there?
Bodies. I'm sorry, it's just a guess.
You got this little dash that I can use. Try to. Whoa.
Could swear that looked like somebody.
this could go really
There
bad.
wasn't anything after all, I guess.
So you hear there's like those voices.
Uh-huh.
You hear them. That's another one of my. Oh shit!
Stay alert. Just stay alert.
Gotta stay alert. One of my big problems with the game has to do with the voice and the sound work in here. For example,
What's going on? Who's making noise? You better stay hidden if you're messing with me.
trying to get out of here, because there's no context to where things are coming from.
Oh, you can't. There's
No,
okay.
you can't reliably use things.
Well, that's frustrating if you're trying to avoid people.
Here, let me hide in this.
This conveniently placed locker.
Yeah, you can.
Alright,
Oh shit!
just stay alert.
Let's get back in. Get back in. Back. Hurry up. Okay. So, yeah, so I'll be in houses. I'll be checking out houses and stuff and, like, looting the hell out of them. Mm-hmm. And, you'll hear voices thinking they're coming from the next room.
Uh-huh.
And they're not. They're, like, outside or in another house over
Oh,
or
you're
down on
kidding.
the street level or whatever. Like, there's actually,
So you
like,
can hear
no-
from just all over the place.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. So, and that's...
Oh, that's confusing.
That was one issue I had, which is pretty annoying. There's two of these guys out here. The other issue I had is I had subtitles on for a while, thinking like, oh, well, this will kind of help me hear, some of the flavors text that's going on around me and, so on and so forth. Well, there were several instances, especially at the beginning of the game, where the subtitles would lag behind the voice acting by, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, weird.
So I would be reading something on the screen to try to understand what the hell somebody was just saying, but they had already, they were already 5 to 10 seconds ahead, so it
Why'd
really
you
got
join the
disjointed.
watch?
To keep the city safe.
Like, this
and all
stuff,
that
cool.
soap.
It's
What's
matching up
your
okay, but
excuse?
before it
I
was
didn't like
really
the
annoying.
idea of starving to death.
It's getting late.
Alright, there's one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, they're both on the same patrol path again.
Freezing.
Use my little dash here. Don't mind me, gentlemen. No. Ah, I didn't mean to waste an arrow. God damn it. Actually,
The sound of horse hooves. Now you
where do I need to go? I should probably just go back in here. This little black market little bar thing in here. You notice the other thing too is that this city is very instanced.
I saw that.
it
I
is-
really hate it. It really takes away from the feel of a city when you can see there's obviously just one path.
Well, I mean, and I don't want to say that there's one path, but they definitely have a preconceived notion of where they want you to go.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
down there is like my little fence guy, and then I can go talk to this guy. And
I have something for all your nefarious needs.
Boy, I hear that all the time.
so apparently this guy like hangs out making all kinds of crazy arrows, like water arrows and choke arrows and rope arrows and all that
What's
stuff.
a choke arrow?
Poisonous gas.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of like it gives them asthma. Essentially. Blunt arrows, which can be used. Actually, I'll probably buy some of those. I usually try to keep a pretty good stock of... I'm not into broadheads or fire because I'm not trying to play lethal right now. I'm trying to try to keep full on the fire arrows, keep full on water, and a couple blunt arrows just to let things go. And then you can sell resources. Poppies are like... you have focus mode. I'll show you that in a minute. Food is where you can bring in health. Poppy is like your mana, which are what they call focus in this game, which has also been a very controversial item. And then these are like little upgrades I could get.
What do you use the focus for?
I'll show you here in a minute.
Okay.
So this is like I can make my bow better, whatever. I also bought, and you can get little trinkets like little one-time use guys if I wanted to like hey, I increase my carry capacity, and
Oh, okay.
make sure my deadly arrows don't make any sounds, or that kind of stuff.
You know where to find me.
Excuse me. So you see that little light gem I told you about?
Uh-huh.
All right, the green bar is my health, the blue bar is my focus. So
Okay.
when I hit Y, see how I kind of highlighted these people in blue?
Uh-huh.
It'll highlight like traps in red. It'll highlight different things, and
It'll show you where the traps are?
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So that's why it'll show me like also like when I get into some proper thieving, and I'll show you where it really comes in handy. I'm trying not to use it. I'm using it on
Yeah.
my first playthrough because everything is very linear and you go through it. But a lot of players don't like it because nothing like that really existed in the earlier Thief games. But if I go back to options, this is something that actually is pretty cool. Game and HUD. So I can turn focus mode completely off.
Okay, so it's not even an option
Right.
for you.
So if you start a new game, you could turn focus mode off. You can turn navigation prompts off. You can do all this stuff, thread icons,
Oh, wow.
mini map, like the light gem. You can get rid of the light gem, so you don't really know if you're in the light or not. You're just kind of taking your chance. You can turn all this stuff off. And if you
Okay,
do
well
it,
that's really nice.
yeah, and if you do it with a new game, you can also do that with saves too. Like you could turn on, like right now they have like a pretty generous autosave feature. Mm-hmm. You could turn your autosaves off completely too, and you get point modifiers for it. So like say I go to save game here. Saved, quit the main menu. Yeah, sure. I'll show you what this is about real quick. This is one thing I actually do like. So say I go, I don't know what challenge mode is yet. I haven't really messed with that yet. But say I want to see a new game. I just saved it. I hard saved it, so I need the autosave. I can set things. So rogue.
Oh,
Opponents are very weak, or less aware, and your resources, like your bows, and that guy went to the little vendor, everything's cheaper. Thief, which is what I'm playing on right now, your opponents are competent, and the resources are at their default setting.
Okay.
Master, your upgrades are much more expensive, and focus depletes at a much faster rate, and custom is where you can go in and set things. So if I went to custom, now I can go in and say, okay, here's my base difficulty, and then you can see where it does, see where down there in the bottom, where it's got the point modifier. If I play on Thief, it's 0.5%. If I go up to Master, it's a full times 0.1. So now I can go in here and say no chapter saves. Turn them off. Chapter saves only on, which means no saving at all in the game until you get a new chapter.
Wow.
Turn off focus. Stealth takedowns only, so you can't do any takedowns from above, or you can't like hit anybody in straight up combat.
gotcha.
I can turn off my reticle for the bow. I can do all this stuff. Specialty arrows only, meaning no broadheads, only blunt wire only the non-combat arrows.
Mm-hmm.
No food or poppies.
Wow.
If you take any damage, the mission has failed.
Wow.
The resources are expensive. Running and walking speeds are reduced. Like all this stuff. With Iron Man. If you die or fail the mission, you lose your game entirely and just restart from the beginning.
Wow.
I mean, that's just crazy. No upgrades.
Well, that's really cool that they put this
Like
in
you could do
then.
all this crap, and you can see what goes on is you get all these crazy points plus modifiers, right? So you can really tune the game up. The problem is that the game is janky as shit and doesn't really support it. If this was really finely tuned and like bug free, and the audio problems I talked about didn't exist, where you could actually tell where the audio was coming from, where you could actually, the light gem gives you a heads up, but like it's not always indicative of when somebody can see you or not. So if the game was really tight and the gameplay was great, I could really see like that would be just a phenomenal thing.
How is the actual gameplay? Is it very compelling?
No,
It's not fun?
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. But it's not as compelling as I had originally hoped.
That's really disappointing.
I was just seeing if I could get up here, and what could I do if I did get up there? Apparently nothing. The environments look pretty good. Some of the lighting, like see how the moonlight's
Yeah,
kind of coming through these
that's
shafts
nice.
and stuff, look pretty good. The voice acting is nothing to write home about. Character story, nothing to write home about.
That's too
But
bad.
I don't know. It just feels like it's missing something. I mean, it's okay. I'm having fun just kind of taking my time and exploring it. But you know, it's hard for me to feel really enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
That's the last of them.
There'll be more tomorrow. I'm starting to think they're the lucky ones.
Lucky, eh? Some of these gloomers bite off their tongues to make it stop. Some push in their eyes or their ears.
Really?
Luck wants nothing to do with this city.
I think this is a guard. No,
No, he's definitely looking at you.
he would have probably taken some issue with me at this point. And I'm just randomly going up and like, hey, dude, nice package.
Yeah, I like that you're just kind of like crawling around these guys.
No, a lot of them have like their coin purses or whatever.
Oh,
I know,
uh-huh.
let me see where I'm at. Okay, I'm almost here. I like the environment. I like the setting of the city. Mm-hmm. The city, as it's called.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, that goes back to the original games, which is fine.
The old chapel on Morningside. The court of the Queen of Beggars.
Hopefully you'll hear some of the dialogue for yourself here very shortly. But I really wish it was open world. I really wish it had more ways to experience stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lonely night.
It's the best kind.
Garrett. You walk a path few would wish.
That's the only one I know.
Quite.
Like how he walks with this like swagger.
He totally does.
Yeah, I'll drink your tea.
You know what they say about me?
That you know everything that happens in this city.
Oh my god, really?
Not everything.
That's his voice?
Just the important things.
Actually, he's not that bad. He's not the original voice actor,
Well,
which,
sure.
you know, whatever. Dude, she offered you tea, right?
What brings you here? Seeking my counsel?
I was hoping you had a cure for this horrible eczema. It's the only reason I keep covered.
A year ago I was at the Northcrest Mansion. Something went wrong. What happened to me? What happened to Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron, that's the one I can't stand.
A year ago. Men who believed themselves to know best tried to control something they didn't fully understand for their own ends.
Wow, could she be any bigger?
The balance has shifted. We can all feel it.
That's your answer.
When my beggars found you after the accident, they thought you were dead. But you were not dead. So we healed your broken body and brought you from the city to keep you safe while we waited. But then, just after the gloom started, something began to wake you. It was time for you to return home. This city grows sick. It will tell you all in time, if you choose to listen.
Okay.
She's not very
Careful,
helpful.
Garrett. There are worse things in the shadows than you.
Well, this is all very helpful.
Yeah. I'm glad we spent time doing that.
You have a new focus point. Well, what? Okay, well. Yeah, that's all well and fine, but I'm stealing this plaque! So thanks.
Good find.
Right?
People pay a lot of
What
money
they
for
say I had
useless
some kind of
plaque.
focus point or some crap?
Yeah,
Focus
or you can
upgrades.
buy them from
There you
her.
go. One focus point. So, here we go. So I guess this is more customization options. Like, this would be level 2, ability to know where unique loot and collections are. Items are hidden. Handprints appear to reveal the paths. Dexterity, so this would be... Okay, so this would be 1. Ability to quickly pickpocket items from inspecting purpose. Detect noises. Little time stop. Efficiency slightly reduces the consumption rate of your energy. Huh. Move silently when you're using focus. Okay.
So
that,
what are you thinking?
I don't know at this point. Probably just efficiency at this point, just because for lack of a better thing to do,
Yeah.
since that makes it all drain less. But yeah, so I can just tap it for a minute and see like, oh, I can interact with that candle over here. I go through here. You know, or maybe there's stuff I can... And they're pretty good with collectibles too, I will say, like different newspapers you can find. They give you... This is where you're getting a lot of the story between,
I see.
you know, the background of what's going on, that kind of thing. Can I donate?
Seeking my counsel, child of the shadow.
I don't know if I can give her more gold. Okay. Small donation, so... Sure.
Generosity suits you, Garrett.
And then, okay, so I'll pay her, and then I can give you another focus point, apparently. Okay, I didn't know if they were going to try to lock it, like, oh, you know...
Yeah, you can't advance or something.
Can't, so I'll just do this one, because why not? So now it's, like, fully upgraded. Because the more I... See, now my bar is up there, but as I activate it, it starts draining.
Okay, yeah.
So pretty much what I'll do is I'll go into areas. I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'll go into areas, and if I get stumped, like when I was robbing that bank earlier, I could tell there were some pressure plates on the floor that were sticking up just a little bit too high. They looked suspicious to me. So I did a quick toggle of my focus, and they like lit up like red, like a, you know,
Okay.
like nobody's business. Okay, out this gate, I guess. See how I vault this stuff? This is all context sensitive. All I'm doing is pressing this left trigger, and it makes me run and vault stuff and do whatever. So that was helpful to kind of toggle the focus real quick and see, you know, what was going on. There's some tools and stuff too, like when you saw me gank that little plate where I got the little socket wrench thing out and I took the plate off. That was a tool that I purchased. And so there are some areas where you'll go, let's see what this is all about. There's some areas where you go, and like before I bought that tool, I couldn't access them.
We've been hauling corpses since dawn. We just want this day to be done.
Did you hear this lazy gutter shite? Consider yourself lucky you're pulling that card and not in it. Now move!
These don't seem like very nice cards.
No.
And like I've already ran into instances where like at the bank again, the bank job, there were things where I could have like cut the alarms or cut some of the mechanical devices, but I didn't have the wire cutter.
I'll find my
Okay,
So-
yeah.
I haven't found a way to buy one yet. So I mean, I like the look of the game.
Yeah, the art's pretty good.
See how this stuff kind of faintly glows blue anyway, like that ladder, this rope,
Uh-huh.
the little thing down there.
That's
Like,
just showing you can interact
it shows
with
me I can interact with it, but if I were to hit my focus, it's like
Right.
lights up like, you know, Christmas morning, you know, or well, maybe not Christmas morning, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it gets pretty freaking obvious.
Shit, this grease gets on everything.
Off the rope. So yeah, it's like I like the game. I like the aesthetic. It's okay. I don't think it's like the worst thing I've ever played. It's just it's not grabbing me as much as I was hoping it would.
Gotcha.
You know, and part of that's because I have to come how I'm coming into the game, but
Right.
you know, some of it is just that it's just not what I wanted. Like even that little dash ability, it's handy, but
Forget the gloom.
okay. See, there's focus.
Okay, yeah.
So now because I have that tool, I can open up this area where before, without it, I wouldn't be able to use this. But I mean, I don't know. The area seems really claustrophobic. It seems very linear. See,
Keep that friggin' dog quiet and wake me.
Yeah, I have no idea where that's coming
How
from.
can you sleep in a place like this? And the general's here too, grinding his teeth and his frigging leg.
Watch and learn.
Grinding his leg?
I don't know. He said something about a dog, which doesn't make me very happy. But yeah, I mean, I could kind of tell it was up here somewhere, but I couldn't really tell where. I kind of want to be a show-off and pickpocket these dudes, but it's probably not a good idea. But why let that stop
I'd
me?
wager that Hal's more attentive.
Whoops.
Only a fool would stay in one place so long.
You let me back in now, anytime. Anytime. Yeah, I probably
Did he
should.
give up already?
Oh yeah, they're not that smart.
Wow.
Obviously the dog. And those choke arrows I was talking about, like those work. I could have like shot that dog. Oh, that's where I was before. Okay. So I came in over here. But I totally pickpocketed that dude.
Yeah. He just did not give a shit.
Well, I think he gave a shit. I just think that...
But only for like 2 seconds.
Right. Hey, see, like this is like, I don't want you to peek. I want to grab the
What?
fucking bottle.
Yeah.
Quit. See, like...
Neck aches.
That kind of shit irritated me. Okay. Alright, you guys have fun.
So do you just have to rely on an endless supply of bottles to throw to get around?
No, like I could have, I'm going underneath now and bypassing him because I had this little tool. Syringe, okay, I already have a bottle, so my inventory's full. I guess this is as far as I can get this way. You can go up and over stuff. I could have, like, knocked his ass out, maybe. I can use, maybe I'll do that. I'll use a water arrow up here to kind of, whoa.
Could swear that looked like somebody. I'm starting to see things where there aren't any.
Or are there?
Or are there, right? And then,
I hate this waiting.
see, like, I have no idea where he is.
Right.
Now I do. And, whoa.
What was that? I think I saw movement. It was nothing.
It was nothing.
Wow.
Must be my mind.
Now.
They give up really fast.
Now I'm kind of fucking with this dude. I just want to see
Same
this.
nightmares every night.
Does the music mean you've got their...
Yeah, music means like it's go time. But I shouldn't have clubbed the guy. I just felt like fucking with him. But I don't know if they wake the guy up. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really engaged in much combat. Yeah, see, he's actively looking for me.
Looked every place, there's no window.
That must have been nothing.
Yeah, it was probably nothing. That's cool. And then you had to pick the dude up in order to loot him. I could like throw his body down here.
Wait, did you kill him?
No, I knocked him out.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really specifically like hit him over the head or anything. So that's a dog. And then, let me show you this real quick. Just because I think it's pretty cool. This is a signature. I got an idea. Why don't you pick the fucking water arrow? There we go. After I use my food that I didn't mean to. So see how I use my water arrow to like extinguish that torch.
Mm-hmm.
So I got myself a little more thing, and then I can pick this lock. I actually like the lock-picking mechanics. You kind of feel the rumble. I'm using controller even though I'm playing on the PC, and kind of feel the rumble. I've actually done it with my eyes closed before, just feeling the rumble in the controller, which is pretty
really
cool. Yeah, it's not bad. Also, if you fail to do the lockpick, it'll let out kind of a little scrape sound that they can pick up on. You can actually wake up people that are sleeping if you screw it up.
So they'll give up hunting for you after like 2 seconds, but a little scrape with the lock will wake them up.
No, it's more like, what the fuck? Now see, I thought I went over here and couldn't get up through here. Like this is, okay. So that whole thing I just did,
yeah,
that was complete. I didn't need to do any of this.
Bypassed it.
I could have, yeah, I didn't need to get in that fight at all because I could have just like went up here, which is what I should have done. Being sneaky, but like I said, I was kind of like talking. Again, content. This is just me holding the left trigger.
See, that seems a little, I don't know, that doesn't feel very engaging. It seems like you should have to choose, oh, I'm going to hoist myself up here, I'm going to use this tool to climb here, instead of just like one button.
Yeah, and it would have been nice, like, oh, you have this cool tool, like you have these rope arrows, but it's not like I could, like rope arrows only work on certain areas. It's not like I could just shoot them up here on the top of these rafters and just go anywhere I want. Like, you can only use the rope arrow in designated rope arrow areas.
Garrett.
What?
Aaron,
Okay.
am I sick?
Little poppy flower that I could use for...
As they just grow?
Yeah, and then you could buy them as well. And you know, I could see, like, you can already see all the blue. Without me even need to go, like, I don't even use focus mode
Yeah,
for
that's
that
kind
at
of
all.
surprising that
That's like,
it shows you without you being in focus.
okay, I have not gone to third person before, so this is new.
Did you choose that, or did it choose that for you?
No, this is all I'm doing is hitting the left trigger and pushing the directions. And that's going to this whole, like, little Uncharted mode. And I knew that was going to happen because it's not blue.
Right.
The general will want this lot seen to before last bell.
Look at this. A highborn in with the lowlifes. I wonder what he's got.
Not out here, sloop for brains.
Sloop for
Hearted
brains?
and gentle as we could. You are treating them with respect, aren't you?
Respect? Oh, yeah. Set the cart down inside and get back to your sack houses. We'll take it
Son
from
of a
here.
bitch. I bet you I fell off the damn thing.
What?
Yeah, that's about right. Like, that's been happening, and then, you know, apparently I went somewhere I wasn't supposed to. The other thing I've had is, or crashes the desktop.
Oh no.
That's what has kept me from playing very consistently.
Do you think that's just because it's not optimized, or what?
Hello.
Or is there like bugs?
Maybe, or, you know, it could have been like that was before I had kind of cranked my settings down a little bit more to like medium. Again, it shouldn't be taxing my system at all, but whatever. I don't know, like the game is like
It seems like there's not nearly as much challenge in doing this sort of thing when you just push one button and it does it for you.
well, I mean, I get it. I mean, like, you know, I played Uncharted, I played Tomb Raider and stuff like that. There was
Here comes
some
one more for
timing
the
issues and
knackered
stuff like that where pretty
General
challenging.
will
But it's not
want
like the
this
game
lot
was
seen to before
either of
last
those games
battle.
are
Look
really,
at
you know,
this. A highborn
taking
in
the
with the
time.
lowlifes.
Coordination to
Wonder what
pull
he's
off.
got.
You know,
I see.
Not out
So
here,
down
swoop for
and then come
brains.
Over here, do not let go. Over
We
here,
carted him gentle as we could. You are...
we.
I told him things were different.
What is that?
I don't know. Maybe something bad. I don't fucking know. Yeah, but it's just not grabbing me. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiled. Maybe my expectations are.
Well, it seems like this is a common problem with reboots. Is you're playing a game that really kind of defined a genre.
Crap.
But when they come back to it, they don't bother to update it in the context of the fact that it has influenced so many other things in that genre that are now cliche. And they don't bother to really update it.
Well, I like. Oh, hello. Tomb Raider.
Mannequins. I came here looking for a body.
Tomb Raider was an amazing game. I really liked the reboot of that. I didn't.
Yeah,
have any
they made it
issues with
fresh.
Now the only issue I had with that is you didn't raid a whole lot of tombs.
Right.
It was kind of odd for Tomb Raider, but overall, I really liked it. I thought they did Laura justice. I thought it was really, really well done.
Well, they made it fresh, too. It was no longer just, jumping around on ledges and stuff, raiding tombs.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I
added
could
something
have
to
used
it.
a little bit more of that, but yeah, that was pretty good. But I think, I don't know, this game's got some good stuff to it. Like I said, I've already kind of talked about it. I just think if you were going to tell me, like, what's my perfect game, it would be an open world like Skyrim, where you could roam anywhere, do anything you wanted to do, steal anything, assassinate people, whatever. There would be consequences to your actions. Like, I don't need this huge... Like, part of the reason this game's not grabbing me is, like, this whole, like, supernatural plot where, like, Garrett is supposed to, like, unravel this mystery and, like, somehow save the city.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about that.
What
I
does
just
he
want to
care?
steal stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he does, So if I was going to, like I said, my ideal game, Skyrim, open world, go anywhere, steal anything, do whatever you got to do, and then there would be, like, different factions you could work for or play against each other.
Fun, yeah.
And get a reputation based on your deeds. And then I also would love it if the game had an overarching plot where, like, you got all these people in power, you got these different factions, they're all working towards these different goals, and they're going to carry out their timeline anyway.
Well, hey, this sounds like the game that I was pitching to you.
Which one?
My Cat Thief game?
I don't know, Cat Thief game. You pitched a Cat Thief game to me?
Yeah, I did.
When? Why would you pitch it? It's not like I can go make one. What do
Well,
you mean you
no,
pitched
I
it
was
to me?
telling you about it.
I don't know anything about that. I don't remember that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But like I said, my thing would be where, like, say, not like 24, like, events happen in real time, but more like, okay, every, these different NPC factions and NPC leaders are going to move, like, their agendas are going to move forward regardless.
Yeah.
And depending on your involvement, or if you kill somebody, maybe it creates a power vacuum, somebody else steps up, maybe their, allegiances changed, dominoes start to fall, based on your actions. But you don't have to be, like, the main central savior. I'm really, really tired of having to do that in a lot of games. I just, like, especially in a thief game, I just want to steal shit and be the best thief I can be. So that would be my ideal game. Craft your own traps and weapons, things like that. I mean, it's so much so I was kind of using that Skyrim analogy so much that I actually went back to Skyrim and fired up a mod called Sneak Tools, which gives you, let's see if this sounds familiar, water arrows, fire arrows, oil arrows, rope arrows, and then the ability to, like, do like stealth kills and knockouts. So
did that come out after this game? That mod?
No, it's been out for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I just didn't know about it. Like, I went and searched for, hey, I want to play Skyrim. Are there any mods that, like, really, enhance the thieving abilities, or what it is to be a thief? I know, I'm so lost in this building because I've been talking. And sure enough, somebody had already modded that game. So
nice.
If I do get tired of this, I'll probably go back and just start over with a thief in Skyrim, and then, go and steal to my heart's content. But Skyrim has got its own flaws. You kind of feel like you're in an empty world where nothing really matters outside of the main plot. So it's not like that's perfect, but Where the hell am I supposed to go?
You drop down from up there.
Yeah, kill that guy. Knock that dude out.
Yeah.
Let me pick him up so I can loot him. And I'll drop him again. That guy's got a happy little face. Yeah, that's the dude that was summoning the demon or whatever.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Of course, the upright gentleman of the city is into some dark shit.
Alright, see, I use my focus mode so you can see those torches I can put out. There's a little gate down there at the bottom. There's
Looks like another vent, yeah.
Yeah, so there's
Meat
some
hooks
options.
too, fun.
Expecting a slaughterhouse. Poor old Cornelius must already be on the line.
So there's that blue
That's
grate,
the
I
fun
can
with
climb up that.
Cornelius is to put my life on the line.
What kind of sick bastard just hangs targeting dummies around a slaughterhouse?
I don't know.
Used to dump bodies over
It's just some nice ambience.
until the stinking disease was worse than the gloom itself.
So I gotta get over there.
Oh, yeah? You were told to torch him at the sides of the streets in the quarter. But after the Candlemaker's place went up too, had to make it a crime. Poor old Blowmore.
Blowmore?
I don't know. That sounds like the worst Bond villain ever. Or
best.
It's either the worst Bond villain or the best Bond girl.
Yes!
I really can't figure out which.
Felicity Blowmore.
Felicity Blowmore. Alright. So, okay, I'm dark over here, but I got a guy up there. Guy down there. So I kind of want to go for that shiny. Because that's what I do. But I probably shouldn't push it.
I don't know, how many guards were there? No, at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, the one... Well, I can cheat and use this again. 1, 2, 3 at least that I'm seeing.
Suppose the gloom's still in them? The bodies, I mean. Manhandling them like this. What's that doing to us?
You're just now worrying about this.
Think you're better off.
Oh.
Shit.
I guess it would be useless to hide the body right now.
Well, yeah, right now. But that's also the thing that irritates me. Is like, I club that motherfucker in the back of the head. You think, like, if you're a thief... Look at that guy. Like, in the bottom, he was clipping on the box there for a while. Remember I showed you earlier? Like, when I was in the street, like, not tonight, but when I was playing last night, and the dude was, like, just twerking out in the middle of the street,
Oh, yeah.
spinning in a circle. I looked everywhere. There's no sign except up. He didn't look up. So not quite everywhere. You know, and I can see it going through here. Like I said, I'm not trying to play it like ultra combat heavy or anything like that.
May still be here.
That's very astute of you.
What happened to the soup sellers?
Can you take his arrows?
No, I wish.
You're kidding.
No. Again, that would be something like...
That's ridiculous. You can pick his pockets and everything, but you can't take his arrows.
That would have been Skyrim wish list. Yeah, or, you know, maybe do something really cool like, yeah, you're this thief and everything, but what, you know, wouldn't it be cool if you could do, like, disguises?
Yeah. Yeah, like put his little goofy hat on.
What am I observing?
The meat hook?
Apparently...
Coin purse? I like leaving my purses around slaughterhouses, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the whole... completely, Oh, okay, this is how I could have snuck through, I guess. I'm thinking it wants me to... You son of a bitch. Grab onto this hook.
Certainly looks that way. And now what? Oh. They were waiting for you to jump on,
Yeah.
so they
Breaks
could start
over, so
the-
I guess we can do that whole story bit again.
maybe.
I wonder if a building can be condemned twice. I want you making a good case for it here.
My arm's getting really fucking tired.
Oh shit. And like, what good does he think is going to come of this? Obviously,
I don't know,
they're
you're
burning
following
these
somewhere.
bodies, or
Right,
something.
like,
Just like shooting deer back in the estate.
oh,
What?
that's great.
Time to get off. I prefer being a moving target.
Well, technically, you would.
Catch the
What?
bullseye.
See, like, you the dialogue, get it right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
twice. So you're like, glass, you're going to be careful moving it. Red.
Oh.
Which I will say, I think that. It's a deep thing. So like the black schemes and these aspects. Yeah, you know, all like, I'm glad I paid for $5 for this version without 8. I'll do the odds mods it. You know, like, I'm not going to play it in there. Like, overwatch right just be either inspired coming through when this
Yeah.
was thieves must have been involved. It's not as bad as it is. Okay, so here we go. Why no Paul game?
Okay. Okay.
The flutter takes it's not as bad as people are making it out to be.
What? Short line or the
No,
game?
no, the game is a whole. The story is actually crap, but
Yeah.
the game there's a whole lot of terrible. As maybe it could have, you know, like make it not to be, but it's about as good as it could have been.
Sure.
There's no point in me actually shooting. Just to do it.
I'm a better shot than old Duke ever was.
You're a better
Why
shot,
do
dude.
Why does he need to shoot these bodies?
I don't know, but I also don't know why he bragged about his marksmanship with a crossbow from 3 feet away.
Right?
Later, dude. Again, there's no way for me to pick up the crossbow or use it or do anything like that with it. He's sleeping, so I'll turn out the light.
But you said earlier you could kind of feel the lockpick mechanism working even without
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
at
well, I
it.
should have just handed you control. Yeah. Obviously, on the keyboard and mouse setup, I couldn't. But I appreciate the extra feedback that using the controller gives me with this. So this kind of stuff, like I actually like methodical gameplay. I will gladly roam around for hours and steal your butter knives.
Walk over this carefully placed glass.
Right. And I like the fact that they've got little story bits in here, little notes you can find, and things of that sort. It's pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about the focus mode. I like that you can really up the difficulty with a lot of the other options. Because, some of the stuff we said earlier, but I'm just not as compelled by it as I had hoped.
Sure.
If that makes sense. Okay, so I can hide in that closet, which means maybe a little sparkly up there somewhere. I also like that I can hold the X button and I can look through the keyhole.
Oh, nice.
Slaughter yards. This place stinks.
Hear that duplication
Yeah.
of audio? Like,
That's terrible.
that's just another bug, Here, let me do this. Here.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I saw this little sparkly. So I heard those voices, so I'm going to go through here, just kind of play it safe. Yeah, there's apparently a stairs I could have went up. But yeah, the audio in this game's just a mess.
But hey, this looks like a good place to keep your candlesticks.
What's that?
Looks like a good place to keep your candlesticks.
Right, and your box of conveniently placed arrows.
Where did you find this screwdriver? Because that's coming in really handy.
I bought it off that vendor. That
Huh.
I bought it after of a totally legit guy in a back alley.
Right.
More than 100 dead each day
I
this
bet-
last week.
Got to say, Bloom's flushed more shit out of the city than the Watch.
And the rich is starting to drop down too. The general will be pleased with all the cleaning up we've been doing.
But you heard the audio duplication, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so apparently there's some way for me to get over there. I don't know how yet, but that seems to be the goal.
Well, I bet if you follow the line...
Severe gouging of the eyes and ears, self-inflicted. Contusions around throat.
Why do they need this assembly line of bodies just to examine them? I thought they were gonna just burn them.
I don't know. I don't really know what the rationale for any of this stuff is.
No,
right now.
this isn't making any
Cuts
sense.
to wrists, I'll assume self-inflicted.
Does nobody get freaked out when you turn the lights out like that?
But recording the
Depends on if they're watching the area. You know, like if they're not really expecting it or they don't.
Stuck a few of them with crossbow bolts. You're recording that too, sir.
Don't try to be clever, Watchman. It doesn't suit your face.
Doesn't suit your face.
Yeah, your face is
Back
not
to your
suited.
duties before I relieve you of them.
Your face.
So again, I can hear somebody moving, but I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
One of the Baron's high collars.
Infected
He
sores.
might have something
From
useful.
injection abuse. Poppy milk, perhaps.
I should get more sleep.
I should get more sleep.
Oh, I'm seeing stuff.
That guy was almost spotting me, so let me. So yeah, I can use my little claw on these conveniently placed bright blue little segments.
Right.
Rope marks around neck. Inefficient hanging.
Probably got to take this guy out, which means I'm gonna have to.
Why do you need to take him out?
See how that guy was spotting me.
Yeah.
He's supposedly one of these. I don't know. He's somebody important or whatever.
Does he work for Baron Blowmore or whatever?
Yeah. Blow. Was it
Blowmore.
Was it Blowmore? Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
Jerky isn't the only thing dried up in this city.
Well, that was smooth. Nice job, Master Thief.
Rope marks around neck. Inefficient hanging. Not off.
Well, let me move over here. Ah, there we go. I'm trying to play my course here a little bit, but I'm not sure the best way to go.
Tossed from a second floor window, I would guess. Or jumped, of course.
They don't notice all these lights that have turned off all around them.
Apparently not. Shit.
Whoops. Are you shooting them with water?
Fucking eat my arrow, bitch! Yes, I was shooting them with water. Shit.
water balloon fight!
Right. You're it. Bullseye. Oh well. I think it's probably
Yeah.
enough right now. Like,
I think that's good.
I could have showed you how pathetic my combat abilities are in this game, but
I think shooting them with the water.
maybe I just did.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you're not supposed to stand toe to toe with people. That was kind of a screw up on my part, admittedly.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's just, I'm sure I'll keep playing it. But it's not sparking that love of Thief that I hoped it would.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cool. But anyway, any other questions?
Nope. I'm ready for the next game.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, hon. And this has been Thief. So far, it's just stealing time.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.